This conversation may be way above and beyond and apart from my pay grade and my intellectual grade, but this is a conversation I want to participate in because I feel like we're missing a very important aspect of this. So again, I'm not sharing a fact with you. I'm coming up with a theory and I'm sharing that with you and allowing you guys to contribute to the conversation. But before I say that and just let anybody go and attack this shit, I want to let you guys know, critique for the sake of furthering the conversation. Don't critique just to attack my character because you feel like I'm not somebody that should be speaking in this space. I believe that the multiverse is real. I believe that there are other, not just other, we are one of many intelligent life forms, self-sustaining life forms in this universe. I have another theory as to why we aren't able to connect or see them. I think it has to do with like cosmic colonization, but I don't want to get too much into philosophy here. I want to get more into what I'm trying to say. You have to look at the being. Just think about the phrase, I think, therefore I am, and allow that to force you to understand you are not your body. You are the awareness that is connected to your body. And from there, we're going to assume that is and your awareness is energetic. Where I believe we're fucking up at attempting to engage with or perceive this multiverse is by going externally, physically into the material to seek for it, rather than going inward and utilizing the inner universe that we are all connected to, free from the constriction of this physical separation, to access that multiverse. But that would force us to start taking dreams and visions into consideration. That forces us to start taking a lot more responsibility and have a lot more respect for our inner awareness and our inner world. In a world that is actively trying to get us, like, sedate us away from that, get us to suppress it and shut us off, or just get us to self-reject hard enough to cling on to whatever kind of cult psychosis is going to feed us salvation that will be enough to get them whatever kind of money they want. Now, again, I'm trying not to make this like philosophical or political. I want to get this as scientific as possible. The multiverse cannot be accessed through space, through material space. The multiverse can only be accessed through time. Now, that again sounds crazy, but our collective understanding of time as it is completely fucked up. And I'm blaming global colonization for that. 100%. This globalized economy and this illusion of global international unity. And again, this goes into the politics of it all. What I think is a facade, and it's all a facade to get these global nations that really aren't agreeing with each other to just accept the fact that we need to maintain this centralized pace that is time, which is just a constricted flow of chaos or cosmic energy that is infinitely existing and expressing itself through living form every day simultaneously. But if you want to like own a society, especially like a globalized or even nationalized society, you have to centralize people's awareness onto the same timeline. Now, something about being able to centralize people's awareness on the same timeline is when you can centralize awareness and the power of belief. In a very, very short, simple form, I can say that belief is just like this like the soul inside of you choosing to like share its light with something. It doesn't have to be real or anything. Like, your belief is what creates it to be real. This is expanding to be so crazy. I'm sorry. I'm just going to try to say as much as I can. But the importance of centralizing not just awareness, collective awareness, but collective belief into a specific timeline is that regardless if that reality is real or not, you can force the people unconsciously to, through belief, manifest that reality that you're imposing onto them into reality. And again, this is a consequence of clinging us all onto a timeline, clinging us all onto this globalized, centralized timeline, which underneath the timeline, it may appear as if, oh, there's this real competition going on, and this nation is warring with this nation, and this is happening with this, and this is happening. But we're all still following the same flow of energy. We're all still following the same pace. And again, the leaders who are underneath this umbrella may have their own selfish intentions in this own game, and that may fuck up the globalized system that is happening. But it is not stopping the fact that globally we are all centralizing ourselves onto one timeline. And the problem with doing that is not only do people release following their own intuition and respecting their own unique timeline as it applies to their like natural well-being and where they came from, but on top of that, every single person will be at the mercy of the timeline that they believe in. So the master of this globalized timeline, I guess we're not going to get too into conspiracy theories here, want us collectively focused on manifesting their reality. Even if it's by fear, if it's by anger, if it's by anxiety, they want our energy focused on manifesting this reality. Because they can control centralized focus. But if all of us are not only focused on our own lives, but focused on being able to figure out how to take care of ourselves, take care of our people, and then collaborate with other people and find better ways to do those things, more efficient systems to share these resources and this information and this knowledge and these gifts that we have with each other, then we would be constantly creating these other timelines that can't be controlled because they're at the mercy of the people who are looking within and just shooting outside of themselves off pure inspiration and pure intuition that comes from that soul that I'm talking about. And the reason why I blame colonization is because when you keep on going to other people's lands, stealing their resources, exchanging like Indiana Jones with that fucking skull, exchanging a religion in return for their real resources, deleting all of their parents and elders, and then indoctrinating all of their youth, and then probably marketing and selling and exploiting all of the women from those communities, and then saying that any other identity that is not man, woman, or child is just a disabled freak that doesn't deserve access to humanity, you never learn to, one, appreciate any of the things that you're colonizing, because all you do is corrupt them at best, and two, you never learn to actually create anything for yourself, because you keep on running over to new places to steal from other people who actually know how to create and to cultivate, which again is a feminine trait, but a feminine energy trait, which patriarchal psychosis does not allow you to access or respect. And then you hold the real creators captive while hopefully trying to indoctrinate them with enough psychosis to self-gaslight themselves into thinking that they're codependent onto the person that colonized them for salvation, rather than they need to break free from the colonizer so they can line up on their own timeline, one that is not controlled by the colonizer, and their suffering isn't manufactured for the sake of somebody else's fetish or somebody else's enjoyment at the least. And they can actually invest in their community themselves, their people, and their own consciousness. But again, it's all about control. And the easiest way to centralize this multiverse that exists on Earth already is forcing everybody to adapt to this one focus. And it's really like business monopoly type situation, but on a very, very macro sociological level. And then also that's going to force us to see that the term alien isn't alien as it means to you're foreign to a nation, but the term alien actually means that your energetic makeup and the way that you conduct yourself in an energetic sense beneath your physical form is what makes you alien to a group of people and how they are creating and cultivating energy in alignment with themselves. But again, when you colonize the material and then you colonize the material world, you force people to become dependent on you for material salvation, to navigate through their own timeline and create their own universe or culture, if you want to call it that, because you've told them, hey, you basically were born a sinner, you're born in debt to our cult, and if you don't follow all these rules, you're going to be burning in this place called hell, which whatever you make it up, you just have to hate it. You're going to be burning there forever for the rest of eternity because you fucked up in this one life. And this forgiving God of all sins and all